Good evening, folks. Happy Friday. Yep, red shirt. It's Friday. Remember? Everyone deployed. We're not going to go there. Maybe in the after show, but not now. Now, we're going to take a look at what used to be a really, really good beer. I reviewed this 5 or 6 years ago. And then when I found out that it was an AB InBev product, I shit-canned it. They are no longer an AB InBev product. And we will also cover that in the after show. This is Breckenridge Brewing's Fine Ales and Lagers Vanilla Porter. Roasted malts with notes of vanilla. This was one of the first porters I had tried, because everybody's a rookie sometime. And I really, really like this. Now, again, it's been a long time, and I haven't drank it, and I don't know if there's been any changes. I know my palate's changed. So, let's kick this shit off and get it on the road for the people who don't want to spend any more time here than absolutely necessary. We're going to crack, pour, temp, SRM. You want to watch me do all that? Jump ahead 2 minutes, but in the meantime, we are going to put some ears on the Pretenders, and they're doing Alone, the explicit version. Looks like it was an EP, or a single. Probably not an EP. One song, single. Here we go. It's explicit. Earmuffs. Earmuffs. What in the hell? Battery died in the speaker. Alright, sorry about that. Let's do this. See ya. And then do this. And then we're not going to do that, because there's none of that to do. Alright, sorry. No tunes to piss off ScrewTube. Well, maybe we do have tunes. Boomer dude. Boomer dude. Technology. Anyway, look at how pretty that beer is. That head. Well, it's wet and it's dreamy, so this would... Fucking give up. This would be the head version of a Wetry. That's all I can say right here, right now. Freaking machines. This is why I'm not worried about Terminators, you know. Ask it a question and it shuts down on you. So, she is a rich, rich nut brown color. Oh, pretty. With that nice tan creamy head. For a temp, we are looking at, we're going to wind up somewhere around in the sweet spot. 47, take off 3. 44. So, they always recommend drink your beer between 44 and 48. It's a load of horse shit. Drink your beer at the temperature you like. Incidentally, I found out yesterday that a sommelier of beer is called a cicerone. I did not know this. I learned my beer the old-fashioned way by drinking it. And then, of course, there is internet research to be done. Let's crank this up a little. Give you an actual better look at the color. How dark she is. Oh my God. She is a pretty, pretty beer. That's like a dark brown into ruby, man. Ooh, so nice. All right, so we got the temp. The SRM on this is going to be... You're not even getting 2 of those to black. That's got to be... Today's Friday the 13th. $78. That's what we're going to call it. 4 times Friday the 13th. Too pretty though. That is dark, man. That is a gorgeous beer. Anyway, Biden time. Let's get that sniffer up in there and see what's going on. really nice nose. Sweet but tempered. Rich and malty. Oh, but there's Mars and malty, and some of those are just so malty and thick and sweet, they're undrinkable. They're like syrup. That's not what this smells like. This also does not smell like coffee, which makes me quite happy because I despise roasted malts that turn into coffee in my beer. First of all, there's only one thing that goes into coffee other than cream and sugar. That would be Irish, not beer. But I'm not the hipsters that come up with this bullshit. Gee, you know, it'd be really great in coffee? Tide Pods. No, knuckleheads. I don't want it in my beer either. So, aromas of vanilla and toasted grain set the stage for mellow flavors of vanilla and dark roasted malts in this popular porter. Don't let its deep mahogany color fool you. This brew is packed with flavor, yet as smooth as they come. Billy D. Williams should be repping this shit then, no? Wasn't he Mr. Smooth? Anyway, the deets. Somebody's due for a smack in the head, because like hippies and hipsters. So she's running about, because again, it's 100, 50 light, 50 dark. She's running about 75 in the dark. Again, I said 78. That's me. She is leaning about 50% to the malty side and about 50% to the strong side, which is a load of horseshit. Because she's 5.4 with 16 IBUs and the availability is year round. So, there is that. Alright, you know what time it is, folks. Let's come down. Once you're done with the head, you gotta slip of the tongue. I don't make the rules. Those are the rules. That is because, of course, we are gentle folks. So. Cool. Nice. She's a really good beer. Hey, at least I didn't have my head up my ass back when I did this the first time. So, with the caveat. Batches change from batch to batch, from year to year, and from brewery to brewery. This brewery has changed hands. I'll cover that in the after show also. She's nice. So she came in malty, rolled into the vanilla, and then she bittered up on the back end, and she bittered up a lot more than 16. But that could also be because they burnt the malts just a little too much in this batch. Again, everything's... No two batches are ever the same. She comes in, she's malty for about half a second. The malt starts to taper off. She starts to burn into the vanilla, and from the vanilla she burns right into the burnt malts. So, my radio won't play, but joke, bitch, nigga, smoking mead when he... Fucking boomer, dude. It's not music. And they don't have to share. Anyway. This is not as good as I was hoping, but it's not bad. It's the burnt malt in this batch that is throwing it off for me. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with malty beers. I don't like them overly syrupy, but I really don't like them burnt. And this hasn't hit coffee. For which I am thankful. But we're going to pause it, let it warm up. I will come back and I will give you a better review on this, because at this color, I want this beer up around 52, 55. All right? Back in a second. All right, we're back.
Just like Thelma
is the Horror Pops off of Kiss Kiss Kill Kill. She has a really solid voice, and when she hits those higher notes, she sounds a lot like Kate Pearson from the 52s. Kate Pearson had an absolutely beautiful voice. Listen to her do Candy with Iggy Pop. Great song. And it just belted it out. Amazing pipes. Anyway, we should be much warmer now. It should open up and blossom for us. Really see what she's going to give us. Or not. And that's the make and break point. So all those guys say 440, only you drink your beer the way you like it. The only expert for you is you. Don't listen to me either. I mean, fuck, I'm just throwing it out there, but that's how I like them. 600 and some odd videos we've got up now. You should have a pretty good gauge on where you and I intersect. Salud. Incidentally, for the Lacing fans, sadly, she is not doing crap for us. Pity, because I also had high hopes for this. Earlier, when she was colder, she was a much slower beer. And we've covered Brownie in Motion before. This was more than Brownie in Motion. This was just... the mouthfeel was different at a cooler temperature. Now she's very thin and very fast. Whereas before, when you drank her, she was all soft palate, intradental, back of the throat. Now she's gone soft palate, intradental, extradental, buccal, a little bit of sublingual, full tongue, entire tongue's covered, and then to the back of the throat. She's a dirty, dirty girl. I'm going to tell you, I like them dirty. Sometimes I like them clean. The important thing is I like almost all of them. And you should too, because it's always nice to be nice. Now when she comes in, she's gotten very fast. The flavor profile has pretty much just shifted to that really thin malty flavor. There's not a lot of the flavor that's for the space lizards that are beaming shit into my skull. The flavor profile is flipped, and now what we're getting is we're getting that malt up front. Then she rolls into bitter. And then on the back end, because that's why I stopped, you're starting to pick up the vanilla again. So as she warms up, yeah, she's really not bad. She's a pretty interesting beer. Remember, I'm in Phoenix, and it's still warm here. It was 90 degrees today, which, don't get me wrong, 90 is fine. 90 is like 75 or 80 for people in other places that don't get to 120. That being said, a lot of you fellas are out into areas that are much nicer this time of year than here. Go away, dog, I'm busy. And you are experiencing the best season of the year, which is fall. Fall was always my favorite season because fall had all that good stuff going on. Like summer was finally over. You had football, and you had fires, and you had hunting camp, and you had cute girls in sweaters. Yes, I am that old. I like sweater girls. But that being said, this is too early in the year for me to drink normally. It just happened to come in that pack, and I just happened to like this. So, driving me crazy, you stupid machine. I don't know why, because it's a machine, and its job is to drive me crazy. With you guys now, with this coming in, you could easily just grab a 6, put your feet up on fire in the backyard. You don't got to refrigerate anything. Life is good, right? You pick them up, knock them back. It's Friday after all. You might have plans, but I have no plans. It's Friday night. I still have to cook dinner. So there is that. But they have a wayfly. There we go. I was trying to find a damn page. I closed it and then I had to dig it back up again. They make an imperial vanilla. They make an imperial vanilla porter also. And it is aged in rum barrels. And this sounds really, really interesting. Powerful, robust flavors and a strong alcohol content make this porter an imperial standout, relaxing in rum barrels with bundles of Madagascar vanilla beans for 55 days. The beer takes on both the subtle sweetness of rum and the rich flavors of vanilla. Pure luxury in a bottle. I am going to have to look that up because it does actually sound delicious. It is going to be super dark. It'll be about 100 according to the deets. On the downside, she's also super malty. So she is all the way to the left side of the scale on malty. And then on the strong, she's all the way to the right side on the strong at 10.9 for ABV, 28 for the IBUs. Now, she sounds like a really interesting beer, and if you craft them correctly, about balance, this could be a standout. Anyway, it is still too warm, really, for me to be drinking these, because it was 90 degrees today. It's probably 83 or 85 now. But for you fuckers, I'll go out of my way and make it worth it. Johnny59er says he lives out on the prairie. And the only thing out there is honest hard work, so the leeches won't ever come out to him. Good for him. Nice thing about living out on the prairie, too, is you have that nice, long field of view. Hard for anybody to come around. If they can't come around, they can't fuck around. And if they can't fuck around, then they don't find out. It is what it is. All right, this beer is well and above beyond temp. She's pretty good. So, again, I do like this beer. Now, I do not remember what... Go away, bugs. I do not remember what I gave this back in the day. And to be perfectly honest, to have to roll back through 400 videos to find what I gave it because the search engine won't pop it up. No offense. Much as I love you fuckers, that shit's not happening. There's other hours of my life I would rather spend doing much more enjoyable things. So, doesn't matter because the difference in the years has changed as I've been down different paths. Is she good for the style? She's thinner than I like in a porter, but she is tasty. Alright, she's good for the style. She's relatively interesting. That flavor profile flip is kind of freaky. I had to get her an extra quarter point. The vanilla's really missing. Lace worth a cuss. Let's give her 4 1/4. I mean, she's drinkable beer. She's not bad. Would I buy this beer again? Maybe. Would I drink this beer again? Sure. Like trying on tap. It was the original tap whore. And, but scusi, at least on my channel, I cover my mouth when I belch. I'm like AOC who farts in the middle of a press conference. So today I laughed my ass off. Throw this out of here. If you handed this to me out of the cooler, what would I say? I would say thank you very much. Completely drinkable beer. So, for the non-beer folks who didn't want to sit through 20 minutes of this bullshit, they're probably long gone already anyway. Thanks for coming by and watching. Like, share, remind, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. Okay, welcome to the after show. How is everyone? We can drink these now. I'm out of beer, and I need another beer. So I'm going to do that thing where I pause the camera and disappear, and I'll be right back. But before I do that, let's go. Happy, healthy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, head on swivel, hot and handy, Raymond. tradition is tradition. I'll be right back. All right, we're at 20 minutes, so there's no way in hell this is going on BitChute. Hopefully you guys follow me on more than one channel, because, you know, you can only get beer on YouTube. Everything else gets shit canned. You can only get shorter videos on BitChute. And then there's always Rumble and Brighteon and Odyssey. Although today I only hung the videos on BitChute and Rumble. So we can now drink Breckenridge. This, by the way, is Huss Brewing Scottsdale Blonde. Huss is local to me. Good company, good beer. That head. Look at how she laces already. That's a good girl. Anyway, we can now drink Breckenridge again because they were bought out by Tilray Brands. Tilray is a global leader in cannabis research, cultivation, processing, and distribution. Hippies. Actually, they're not hippies. They're not stupid, though, either, because you jump on the leading edge. We aspire to lead, legitimize, and define the future of our industry by building the world's most trusted, reading ahead of my tongue, trusted cannabis and hemp company. Now, they have offices freaking everywhere globally. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Europe, Latin America. I'm checking to see where they're out of, but I want to say Canada. It doesn't tell me. Shit happens. What are you going to do? But they have gone out of their way to start snapping up. Tilray Brands closes transaction acquiring 8 beer and beverage brands from AB InBev, solidifies leadership position in the U.S. craft beer market. Well, since they're not AB InBev products, then they're not race car beers, and we don't drink race car beers. Tilray now holds 5% of the U.S. craft beer market share and becomes 5th largest craft beer brewer in the country, number 1 craft beer brewer in the PNW, Pacific Northwest, number 4 in the Southeast, and number 5 in the Northeast. Okay, this was as of October 2, 2023. So, do I know whether or not the hippie potheads are going to poison us? I'm going to say no. That being said, you can never trust anybody. There's a reason they call them sellouts, and when there's money involved, people's compasses tend to shift. It is what it is. For now, until I hear otherwise, I'm going to assume that what they've done is they've started to make clean beer again. Because that is the push in the market. I was talking to a client today, and he grows citrus and stuff, and I said, what the fuck is with $5 bags of oranges in Arizona? We used to get them for free. He goes, oh, it's because they're all organic. I said, what? He goes, yeah, if you're not producing organic, you're not making anything anymore. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He goes, oh no. Organic is the way. If you haven't hit the organic market yet, you're screwed. Anyway, the beers they purchased, iconic brands with loyal consumer base. Shock Top, never a big fan. Blue Point, meh. Breckenridge, I like a lot of Breckenridge. 10 Barrel isn't bad. Red Hook, trying to remember. Widmer was okay. Don't think we ever drank Square Mile or Highball Energy. Those are the companies they picked up. And good for them. There you go. So how was that for an after show? What I really want to do is start doing these live. You guys interested in doing that? Get together, do a, well, if I roll at 5 on Friday my time, that would be 8 on the East, or maybe 7, depending on the clock shift. Interested? Just sit down, bullshit, have beer, call in, or chat and super chat. Could be worth it. Incidentally, if anybody knows how to do that, I could use some help. I'm always looking for, if the very least, a rotating co-host, somebody who just wants to pop in every now and again. Wonder if we can do like Skype. Instead of having old school radio show call-ins, you have Skype-ins. Click on the button and Johnny 5-9er or Runner or Grumpy or whoever shows up. We bullshit for 10 minutes or so. Could be interesting. Last thing before we go. I don't know how to work Discord, or I would set up a Discord for us. If you have a Gab account, cool. And if you don't have a Gab account, get one. So, our beer page, it's my page, I made the fucking thing, when Gab was like cherry brand new, I was one of the early guys over there. Our beer page on Gab is called Beer. It's wide open. You can come in, you can shoot the breeze. You can show off what you're drinking. You can shoot videos or just shoot stills. How can you go wrong? Right? And there are a lot of beers that guys put up on there, and I don't spend enough time there. I'm too busy running around like a chicken without a friggin' head. I'm hardly ever there unless I'm posting, and then I go back through it. But there are some guys posting some really, really nice, interesting beers from all over the country on there. So if you're looking for suggestions, it's also not a bad place to go. Throwing it out there. I'm not a big fan of Untapped and whatever the hell the other one was. Too many guys with swollen heads and sticks up their heads. All right, fuckers. We got through it at half an hour long. This ain't going to pitch shoot. Thanks for coming by. You know you're my people, and I love you. I always want you to be. 3. Happy, healthy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, gray man, head on a swivel, hot and freaking handy. Apparently, none of us got jihadied today on International Day of Jihad, so thank the Lord for that. But I gotta go spark the grill. Meat's been sitting out for a little while, so I'm gonna go make dinner. I'm hungry. You don't get this pretty if you don't put some food in the machine. By the way, thank you for all the well wishes for my birthday, which was, what else today? 6 days ago. The 6th. Yes, I did hit the big 6-0. Welcome to. Fuck. I look just good. How can I go wrong? All right, my friends. Remember, even if Jesus don't love you, I do. Because you're our people.